as this sits on like track slicks, this should get pretty close to my lap time in the Z28 on street tires. Now,
okay.
It wasn't exactly a fair fight because the Z28 on a true slick would be real
This
fast.
faster than your Integra?
Oh, it should be a good bit, yeah. I hope it is. It better be. This is a Honda Challenge race car. The class I'm going to be racing this year, we're capped at 190 wheel horsepower at 2,500 pounds. An Integra type bar swap, fully gutted, gusseted cage race car. So we're going to be breaking some records here today.
I don't know.
Okay.
Something else.
I thought you were going to like school me or something. You'd be like, oh, it's this.
Why?
Is there like a pack on that thing or something?
I don't know. I guess. Yeah, either one.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, there you go. So it's good.
So it's not at 3,300 RPM.
No.
My guess is 184. It's still 184 to the tire. 3,400 RPM though. That would be my guess.
Go,
Yes.
191. I have no basis off that guess.
Kind of like we.
From what I look on the diagram, it should be yellow. Again,
We just figured out how to use a timing light.
it's locked at.
Do you have a timing marker on it?
It's got
Little Dicky.
numbers on it.
It looks right around 20.
It fits within a degree, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's so hard to see.
But it's locked on 20 right now.
I would say probably 23, around there.
I'll have a gainer myself. It literally goes from 11 to 13.
Actually, most
Who
skip
does
13,
that?
not skip 12. Yeah, that's weird.
Who skips 12? It had a dyno sheet.
Yeah, he said 12, yeah.
From out west. The guy I bought it from, he was an older guy. He didn't know, well, the tune I sent you that's in the car, I can't remember if it's on 100 octane or not. I'm like, well, I'm not going to run that. It hasn't been on track since 2016. So I've had it all apart and gone through it all, and I put a couple miles on it on the street, make sure it didn't leak and make sure it ran like normal. Everything seems fine with it. So she's ready for track next month. So I'm capped at 190 at the tire. It's going to make, before we cap it, it'll probably make anywhere between 190 and like 200. That's about average on these things. If it makes over 2 SAE, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, the class that he races for, like, you need to bring a dyno jet, dyno sheet with you.
And it can't be more than like 3 years old.
Yeah, because they do it like pound per horsepower type thing. That way all the cars are fairly evenly matched.
So like if you have a B16, which is the smaller version of this, you're allowed to make like 160, but at like 2250 or 2300 pounds. So they give you different weights for different things, right?
Yeah. And then we'll check your fucking inductive too. So you rev that fucker. Just put it on the limiter and see what it does.
We'll rev it up a little bit and make sure it's still on.
I mean, like, if it's showing that we're technically 5 degrees below when we rev to 3000, I'm sure you'll know whether this thing's still one timing and 5 degrees higher.
Right.
Whatever these things
The
take.
numbers might be different, but what the motor's happy with it.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. Perfect.
Straight. You'll feel you get on top of this.
That's what it's reading right now.
Well, it was.
Yeah, whatever I need it to be.
No, I know.
Because guys randomly get pulled on the dyno
I'm
at
sure.
events,
Yeah.
so it's got to be whatever.
Well, no, you generally would want it out because this will make it read higher.
Yeah,
You want it to read lower.
Correct. I want it to read.
So for your final pulls, your dyno pulls that we'll say it's at, we'll put no load because the motor will have power too.
So you want the add-load
So we'll tune it with load, but we'll give the dyno graphs with no load. Because they're not going to have a load controller on the fucking track. Yeah, it won't have a load controller. It'll just be a wheel.
every like couple events they bring a dyno, and
So no, you can't go over a certain amount.
Yeah.
But
So,
they don't know that.
random dudes,
Yeah, you said the
I'm saying like they won't know that
And
if
you'll
you
get-
them
Oh,
no
yeah,
letter.
correct.
some guys get like randomly checked, but if like the officials see you like they think you're like gapping dudes, they'll be like on the dyno, don't touch the car, don't like get out, don't touch
Somebody's
it.
gonna watch his
You
video.
can't touch
like,
your
"That guy's
laptop.
It just comes out after
So
the
like
race.
we just got to be careful how we strap the front on this, because this is like generally why we put them the other way, because the straps are so long in the front. Remember, like when we crisscross the fronts or whatever, like if they're like super long
So
straps.
yeah, you're gonna have to crisscross the front.
Taking a little bit of fuel out here.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, just put it in first gear and it's kind of goes like 15 miles an hour.
So I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, just so it like loads it up a little bit.
Yeah, just so like it'll. So it,
Yeah, because it saw the wideband going. I didn't press off green fast enough, so it's fine. It's been a while. It's okay. We're
Yeah.
just gonna
Hey man, he's got to make the customers happy.
absolutely. He's doing me a favor, so I'm a-okay.
Yeah.
I might do a pull just looking at my own stuff, so not even.
Yeah, I mean you don't even have to hit the green button. Just as long as the red button's off, you can, and then when you want to brake, just hit the red button.
It was I was gonna make a baseline and it was a little lean, so I added some fuel.
Remember, you have to hold the wheel.
Oh, I know. Trust me. Oh, I learned the hard way. Okay. I'm gonna hold it now.
Yeah, you have to. Dude, on like high horsepower shit, it's fucking sketchy.
I can believe it.
This thing, like when it's in VTEC, it looked a little lean there.
It was in the low 13s. For a baseline, it's fine.
Okay.
So,
I was
because
gonna
I'm
say,
gonna tune low cam by itself, then tune
that's what
VTEC
makes
by
sense,
itself.
yeah.
So, this is just, I know if I'm gaining or not from stock map.
yeah.
That's not
You
bad.
want the reference line where it is? It's at 12.5.
12.5 is perfect.
Okay,
That's
okay.
exactly where I want it.
Okay.
I'll give a little power because it's an endurance
Does
application.
that
so,
wideband match our wideband?
it looked pretty close. So I'm reading.
I mean,
full-
that showed like this
reading-
showed like 13.1
I can tell you.
upside.
I can tell you. I logged it. See.
Showed in between 13.1 and 13.4.
RPM at 5,000, 6,000.
What's wideband? Red right there.
Yes.
It's funny because
I'm
I only
showing-
knew that
okay.
because it does
Yeah.
like the exact line
Well,
that did.
At 6,400, it was 13.5, so it needs a little fuel up top. And then it fattens up. At like $7,000, it fattens up again. Yeah, it does. Okay, so they're really close.
513.6.
Yeah, so it needs a little fuel there, which is so we've had like a dyno.
The only thing like when was it you who was asking me about like the tailpipe fucking sniffer?
Yeah.
So it's basically a little delayed.
Just a little bit. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's generally like 200 RPM. Like if it's at 13.5 at whatever here, it's generally like a couple hundred RPM later is the accurate reading of the tailpipe. Not that it really matters that much on the majority of shit because you're just targeting 12.5 the whole time. So
Correct.
it's like as long as you like know that, it's
So
pretty easy
right
to
at
tune
the
around.
VTEC crossover, it leans out for a split second.
Yeah, it does.
So right at
You
the
can
VTEC
see right where it
crossover.
hit VTEC.
So you can
Even on the power, like you can see the power start to dip where it goes fat right before it transitions into VTEC.
So you can see VTEC's at 54 right here. It needs to be like 5. See where the
yeah,
torque starts-
exactly
so-
because power starts falling big
correct.
time.
So that's
yeah.
why I'm gonna tune now. I'm gonna just tune the low cam to get a peak torque, power, low cam, dial in the fuel, and then I'll start. Then I'll set the VTEC really low, and we'll see where it crosses over, and we'll know exactly where it needs to be. That was the stock Integra Type R base map, like basically what the stock ECU is from the factory as a baseline. A little higher than I expected, almost 180, 125 torque. I think we can gain another 10, 15, we'll see, I don't know. Numbers are better than I expected already. So right now it's only gonna be low cam. So the pulls are gonna be pretty short. Did it fatten it up though?
Yeah, it fattened up.
I fattened it up a little overly, huh?
It's a C6Z06 bone stock with Corsa.
Oh wait.
469.
474. 462.
Scoop is it had headers, and we didn't know, and I didn't know, but Kyle knew, and he lied to us.
I mean, it's not like I acted on it. I was the lowest number.
But we should have known.
Yeah, you know, I don't know how else you'd be able to fit headers underneath the stock hood. I can't believe he's got all that real estate. He's not going to put a high ram on it.
507. It was getting lean, so we stopped. Clutch is slipping, but it's getting clutch, so that issue will be addressed. Yeah, this is the stuff we put on every cam before it goes in. And we'll put on, like, not just cams, like if there are any metal-to-metal services that are going to be fresh, like so we'll put it sometimes in like the new oil pumps we put in. We put a little bit of this because it takes a second for the oil to circulate in there. It's assembly lubricants, it's made for this.
So I got him sitting and standing.
So this got our stage 4 package and a clutch. So we got our heads cam with a Mamo intake, bigger injectors, Ram. We already had a cook system on there, and then our monster triple. Just finished it up yesterday. Just gotta get it flashed before it can start it up the first time. So just clean everything off, double checking everything, and then on to the next project. I did notice there was a broken fuel injector connectors on the passenger side, so I had to pin new connectors on there. But other than that, it was pretty routine. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing crazy. Went together pretty good. So yeah, this one baselined at 507, around there, just over 500. Obviously, because it's already had headers, and this thing will easily make 615 to 640s, somewhere around there. It's usually what these end up making, low to mid 600s. So it'll be a real nice pickup.
This thing got a full stage 4 with a clutch. It had headers on it already, I don't know what, but got a full stage 4 minus headers and a monster triple. I don't know if it had a different air intake or not when it got here, but it had headers and it dynoed pretty high baseline. It made like 507 or something. It was fairly lean though on the baseline, but that's a pretty strong baseline regardless. So I'm gonna go with this thing will make like 645. I would say that's a pretty close guess. Made 644. Basically just made 645 in reality. And that was what I guessed. So it'll end up making more than that, but that was a fairly solid first guess. It'll probably pick up another 10 in reality. It was fairly fat. It was like low 11s. It's got enough timing in it. I'll probably just play with fuel and see what it does from there. Picked up 5 there, so made 650. Same torque, 551. I'm actually just pulling some fuel out of it, like below like 4,000 RPM now, and I actually left the rest the same. It's about where it'll end up. Pretty strong though.
probably about it. 655, 654. I'll probably let it cool for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and make another pull. Other than that, it's done.